Well, I don't know who's in here, but I'm having a problem with this orientation. It doesn't seem to want to let me put it up sideways like that. And so if I try to do that, I don't know why it says it's blocked. I don't know. Is there anybody out there that can help me with that? I don't even have the chat on here now. I'm not sure how to even get that. Well, I've got a 3.5 hour trip. At this rate, I won't get there until tonight. So let's see. Oh, there we go. Live chat. Hey, Carl. You got this old man here trying to figure this out. Hello, Brandon's Outdoor Adventures. Well, I'm trying to get this orientation so I can put it sideways and still read the chat, but I can't. So I'm not sure what to do. Tell me this, guys, when I hold it this way, can you see the landscape now? Because what I have in front of mine says orientation is locked. Rotate the device back. Well, I went to the orientation and it just didn't do anything. So I don't know what's going on here. Because what I have is that there, and I pull it down to let it go landscape. But why it won't let me do that, I don't know. So I'm sideways when I do that, and it doesn't show me straight up. Is that what you're saying, Carl? Like it won't work? Oh, let's see. How am I going to do this? Yeah, that's the thing. I'm sure it's okay now, but I got to stick it in that. I got to stick it in this thing here. That there. But I have to do it this way in order to make it work. This new fandangled stuff. Well, you got to bear with me here. If I figure out how to do this, that's not going to work either. Oh, well, I guess I'll just start driving and visit with you guys. I don't know what to do. It probably won't be a long one, so if I've got to go through all this. Hello, Elizabeth. How are you this morning? I don't know how much chatting I'm going to be able to do. But I'm still in Sheridan, Wyoming. I'm headed out the highway, just got a bunch of ice and stuff. Trying to read this and drive down the highway at 80 miles an hour might be difficult. I'm doing real well. Morning. See, now I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. These are cheater glasses, so I'm gonna have to. Jumbotron. Okay, I got you now. Good luck. Thanks for the Antelope. I'm heading tomorrow to Colorado. That live chat keeps disappearing on me. For an antelope hunt. Oh, good. Hello, Ray. Doggone it, I can't keep that chat up. Oh. Yeah, I don't know how you keep the chat up all the time on this thing. I'm sure there's some way. I put live chat and it goes away. Anyway, I'm headed out right now. Gas is $3.54 a gallon here in Wyoming. It's actually gone up here in the last, oh, I don't know, week or so. Yeah, for me this is a real easy drive too. I just get on the freeway and pretty much in 3.5 hours after a few turns I'm there. Yeah, I'll just try to chat. Here, let me do this. At least you guys can see where I'm headed. Not that it's anything special. I think they make a phone holder. That's which I thought that was, but see, I had to put it portrait wise, and then if I do that, I can't. It won't go. So I don't know what's. I've done it before sideways like that, portrait wise, I believe. Now here it is, 10 o'clock in the morning, and this is our main freeway, Highway 90. I see 2 cars in front of me. That's what the nicest thing about Wyoming is, you don't have any traffic. Over here we have the Bighorn Mountains. I know this phone just doesn't do it any justice. And they're beautiful. They're only there, 5 miles away from where we live here. Yeah, it really is beautiful here. Mostly, we've got a lot of green grass coming. We had a couple inches of rain. Uh-oh. A couple inches of rain here, oh, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. Man, it just greened everything up. 2 inches of rain for us is a lot. It's supposed to rain again today. You can see a few drop. Hello, Big Matt. Thanks for by. I'm on my way antelope hunting. I'm going into the eastern part of Wyoming. Well, I guess I better set my cruise control. I'm headed to the eastern part of Wyoming, a little town called Lusk, L-U-S-K. We lived there for about, I don't know, 16 years, I think. I hope you're still there. I'm going through some mountains here, as you can kind of see, just some big hills and stuff. And I think that blocked my signal for a minute. You guys got me again, I hope. Freezer bound. What's happening? Just cruising down the road, trying to loosen my load. Got 7 women on my mind. Hey, hon. How are you? Miss you already. My wife's actually watching me. Yeah, it is beautiful here. When a lot of you guys know, we're going to be in the plains of Wyoming. This here is kind of the foothills before the Bighorn Mountains. So I got to get through these. It's 3.5 hours to where I'm going, but it's an easy drive at 80 miles an hour. Most part. I'm trying, hon. I can't get this my camera to rotate into the portrait, or landscape, I should say. So I'm trying to hold the phone and drive at the same time and read the chats. But luckily there's not too much traffic. Gee, we're on the interstate and there's 4 cars in front of me. Again, that's the Bighorn Mountains there, everybody. Probably see some antelope on the way there. This country here around Sheridan it has some antelope, but not a great population of them. I don't understand why. Looks like there's a lot of rolling hills here compared to the flat plains, and a lot of the sage that the antelope feed on has been taken out of here, and this is all farmland, or I shouldn't say that, ranch land, pasture land, cattle. So I think that might be one of the reasons there's not a lot of antelope here. However, they'll eat just about anything, and there's a lot of circles around here, alfalfa, that kind of stuff, wheat, that the antelope will hang out on. Oh, geez. But you know me, honey. I'm multi-talented. Here's some pasture land with some horses grazing. After we get out of this, we turn to a small community of town called Buffalo. That's about, I don't know, I think it's like 30 miles from Sheridan. That's the next closest town. Then we'll go about another 60 miles and we'll hit a little town called KC. And from KC, then it's about another hour or so drive to Casper, Wyoming. So like I say, we cover a lot of territory where there's nothing. Last week, I made the same trip, the same area to go elk hunting. So I'm just headed back to the same area, same location, not exactly. There's a small bunch of buttes and mountains right there that hold a pretty good population of elk, and that's why I went elk hunting. Hey Alvin, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome on my road trip. This area's got a lot of, it's kind of funny, the topography. I'll see if I can get you over here. You can see the different kind of topography there is here. Kind of like some buttes and valleys and that kind of stuff. There's a really healthy deer population here, both mule deer and whitetail. And game and fish here, they don't like whitetail as much as they do, the mule deer, native whitetail aren't. And this country over here is a lot of clay, so there's a lot of standing water around, which is nice for the bird hunters, fishermen, that kind of stuff, Thanks, Alvin. Appreciate it. But where I'm headed to in Lusk, it's all sand. And you can get a rain there. You can get 2 inches of rain, and in 3 hours the roads are dusty. It's kind of strange. It's just like the beach. Prairie Dog Creek Road. I had a heck of a time going live today. It kept going in and out on me, and again, I couldn't get that. I get sticking on a portrait. I can't do a landscape. I understand when I did that, I'm sideways. Is that correct? I'm actually driving with my reader glasses on. I can see okay. Bugman, hey. Well, I tried that, but it just won't let me do it. I don't know if I can do it now that I'm live either. Is that possible? Or would I lose you guys? Well, you know, Bugman, what I do is I swipe off to the top right of my iPhone. Oh, catfishing community, great. Well, welcome over. I do a lot of fishing in the ocean. I don't know if you checked out my channel. Do some bass fishing around here. Don't do much catfishing. This time of year I'll do elk hunting, antelope hunting, deer hunting. Yeah, it's sideways, that's what I thought. Well, let me try something. If I lose you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm going to try to go into my settings and see if I can hear that rotate. Is that under general? Bugman, do you know? Or no, it wouldn't be under notifications. So I'm 18 minutes into this drive and I'm still in the foothills. We got a nice lake up the road here called Lake DeSmet. It's got perch in it, yellow perch. It's got catfish. It's got, I think it's got some bass in there. And let's see what else got. Walleye for sure. I don't know if it has pike or not. Trout. Different kinds of trout in there. I went in there a couple times when I had my other boat here, but I haven't been there in a long time. You can kind of see the rain on the hills there. Are you talking about you and Chill, Carl? Well, there's a lake way out there. I don't know if you can see it. Barely. Nice little creek right down here. That's one thing I don't do, you know, with these mountains right here. There's a lot of nice streams up there, little small lakes. We lived here for 4 years, but I haven't even been up there camping. I haven't been doing anything like that up there. Where's that creek here? Big piney. Thanks for stopping in, Bugman. Appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, it's raining in front of us pretty good. Unusual. It's funny here in Wyoming, and it's almost the 1st of October, and I've been here since, and we had snow the 1st of September, end of August. I've had it where it's 10 degrees outside the 1st of October. There's icicles on the trees. Yesterday it was getting rain now. It's supposed to rain today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow morning during my hunt. I don't know. This is pretty nice now. Yeah, this is really good country. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, Wyoming is too cold." You know, I don't think it's any different than, you know, Wisconsin, Minnesota, any of those areas. You know, they get snow. You know, our winters are usually December to, well, they could go into June. But most of the time it's not. Most of the time it's You know, you'll get in January, you know, you'll get some days that are 60 degrees, melts the snow. We really don't get that much snow here. I think our annual precipitation is only like about 12 inches. And I think that's pretty much throughout the state. Now, there's some antelope out in this alfalfa field there. I don't know if you can see them. I'm driving at 75 miles an hour. There we got alfalfa fields on both sides here. Forgive the bouncing around with this. I'm holding it in my hand. Wow, look at that guy just all of a sudden turned. Gee, many Christmas. There's nothing even down that road. I don't know what that's all about. There's not a town anywhere close. Unless he's going to go under the overpass to relieve himself. Yeah, no kidding. Ah, suburban homestead. Howdy. Yeah, he kicked up some dust. I mean, he didn't have a blinker on. He just turned. That was wild. Glad he didn't turn his truck over. Traffic's horrible here, isn't it? One said she's a friend of mine. Yeah. Colorado, they got some crazy drivers. Not saying anything bad about Coloradans, but they kind of think Wyoming is their playhouse. They come out here and do what they want, and they drive like they're from California. There's that lake, the Smet I was telling you about. It's a pretty good sized lake. This is only a portion of it by the dam. A little breezy out there today. One thing about this part of Wyoming, you know, this, I guess we're western central, is we don't get the wind. Yeah, they are from California, you're right. It's too bad, you know. Colorado was a good state until all those different kind of people moved in. You know, I hope Wyoming doesn't get that way. This is still a pretty wide open state as far as, you know, government regulations. You know, people bugging you. Wyoming's got the best people in the world still. You know, I mean, if you got a problem in Wyoming, for the most part, your neighbor, people you don't even know are going to help you out. I mean, sure, it's that way in a lot of, especially the rural places, and maybe in the big cities. I don't know. I've never lived in a big city. Actually, in all of my 68 years, Sheridan, where we live, the town is actually about 10,000. Yeah, Wyoming, South Dakota. Yep, North Dakota. They're all good people. My wife cried when we left. Colorado needs help. We lived in California. I was born in California and born and raised there. My wife's from Montana. And we left California when I was 50. So I'm 60, it's 18 years ago. My wife cried when we left there. And now she just loves it here. She wouldn't go anywhere else. It's a safe community. You know, we were gone for 3 months this last summer straight. Had somebody come take care of the place, but the outside, I never ever worry about someone breaking into the house. I mean, they have it. They got tweakers here just like anywhere else. But I don't think they have the issues like they do when you have huge populations. Like I say, Sheridan's got 10,000 people. The whole county, I think, has around 18,000. But they're building like nuts. I mean, there's a house on every corner now being built. But I'm sure that these interest rates that are starting to go skyrocketing are going to affect that some. But the realtor I talked to said everybody that's moving here are baby boomers. and they just got cash, so they're paying cash for the house. All these new homes that they're building, they're $750,000 to over $1 million just for I lost you guys there for a second again. Sorry, I'm going through these hills. Yeah, I'm trying to stay on the flat ground. I'm driving and holding my phone at the same time, Randy. I got to figure out why this doesn't hold, or why my phone won't go into the orientation, the rotation lock. I can't get out of it, so I'm holding it now. I don't think I'll be able to do this for the drive that I have, but thanks you guys for stopping by. Keep me company. All you can do is turn the radio up and listen to music. Yeah. Usually down these interstates, they're pretty good, but I think when you get behind those mountains, those hills, I think it blocks the signal for a second. But actually, Wyoming's a lot better than it used to be, I'll tell you that. I got AT&T, and I really like it here. They're pretty good. I see some cell towers right in front of me here, so. All right, I gotta go. We're headed towards Buffalo. Believe it or not, I heard on the radio the other day that Buffalo, this little community right here, they have homeless people here now. And they said it's kind of a concern, but I'll tell you what, there's no shelters for homeless people, and it gets cold in the winter. I mean, we're lucky there's not snow on the ground, or, it's below freezing at night. I mean, last night I got up this morning, it was 66 degrees at 6 o'clock this morning. Now I can't get the chat to come up. Oh, there we go. May have missed your response about the antelope tags. Oh, yeah, you can shoot does, fawns. A lot of, used to be that you could buy an out-of-stater for $30. You could buy a doe tag or a fawn tag, doe or fawn. But they quit doing that. I don't know if they still do it, but I think, I don't know, somebody's buying them all up. PETA maybe, I don't know. But the area I'm going to, it's a draw. In fact, for a buck, it's a draw. I don't know if I answered your question or not. And it used to be, it was real easy to find antelope now, but I think they had some kind of disease. We haven't had that tough of winters. But if you guys watch my antelope video from last year this time, great, I'm glad. What's your name, Jumbletron? Not that I can remember, because I'm really bad with names. I could call you Jumble. Ryan. All right, Ryan, thanks. But anyway, last year we were out here. I had a hard time finding a buck. I mean, there was a couple around. All right, good. Thanks, Ryan. But I was here elk hunting last week, and as I was, traveling around, and I still own some property over here in this part of Wyoming. So I was over there checking fences and stuff, and we saw quite a few. And where are you from, Sir Reverend? Gillette? Is that who I remember? And you have a place in Phoenix? Is that correct? Yeah, when you had the ranch, that was the same way too. You could shoot them from the porch. I'd have guys come up and visit with me, want to antelope hunt. Well, let's go. And I said, well, if you want, we could sit here and have coffee. You could shoot one from the porch. They would just laugh. But we'd sit there and have coffee the next morning, or a cocktail in the afternoon. Yeah, Gillette and Yuma. Yeah. It'd be nice if I could find some antelope and place to hunt in this country over here. I don't know anybody, so it's real hard to to get to know ranchers in the area. I do know one guy that's got a lot of acreage, but his son just started an outfitter business, and I don't think he'd want me hunting out there. That's fine, you know. But I'd like to find some place around here that I can hunt. There's a lot of public land, not a lot of public land close to home that have antelope on it. Mule deer, if you guys saw my mule deer videos, I mean, there's a pile of those. You know, they come by the apple tree, but you know, I mean, we had a nice 5x6 mule deer a couple years ago. It was probably 27 inches across, eating the apples, you know, 15, 20 yards from the house. But that's not hunting to me. You know, you got to chase an animal down. Now, if he was 30 plus inches, I would have probably shot him for his horns. But I never have been a real big horn hunter. And I like to get, you know, the male species because there's more meat on them. So if you're going to go this far, I don't know what it's going to cost me for gas. Yeah, where's Campers in Common? I'm going to say they're sleeping, but my gosh, it's 10:30 here. Oh, I think there's one antelope out there. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see him all by himself. Okay, so the antelope are starting to rut right now. When you see a buck antelope by himself and nobody else around, that means he got his butt kicked from some bigger antelope. And he's just kind of probably recuperating for it. Oh, now I got road work. It's nice doing work to these roads. Well, at least it'll give you some guys an idea what it looks like in Wyoming. Some areas, you know. But this is pretty typical. Everybody thinks Wyoming's really flat, but it's not really flat. There's some areas you'll see coming up that is flat. But then there's always these rolling hills and coulees and that kind of stuff here. We still got the Bighorn Mountains over here, and they'll go all the way to Casper. A lot of good elk hunting, deer hunting up there. You can get a tag. One of the bad things about elk hunting around this particular south side of this is once the season opens and elk get any kind of pressure, there's these huge monster ranches. You know, it could be 50,000 acre ranches that the elk know there's refuge there, and they'll just kind of go hang down there. You know, also too, if you get a good snow, it'll push the elk out of the hills. Pretty girl behind every tree. I don't know, where's the trees? Is that what you're saying? If that's the case, up at the Bighorns, there's got to be a lot of girls up there. I guess that's what your joke was. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, there's some areas that have, there's a lot of, you know, you get from here to, we're traveling south right now. So if you go west over those Bighorn Mountains there, you'll come into another valley. And then there's Cody and some other small towns there. And then you'll get up into the Yellowstone National Park. And Yellowstone up in that country. Big millionaires live in Jackson Hole. You see the billionaires pushed out the millionaires, and I think the millionaires are all coming down to Sheridan is what they're saying. I mean, who can afford $1 million house? I mean, there's some 3-bedroom, 2-bath new homes here that are $350,000 to $400,000 that are, I don't know if they're semi-custom. You got granite, 2-car garage, and, you know, decent lot. But still, that's a lot of money, you know, almost a half for a house. Then there's some fixer-uppers, you know, you always have in the. I was looking for something to work on like that, just to keep busy. Yeah, prices are crazy everywhere. But I can't, I could not even find anything I'd want to fix up for less than, $275,000 in this area. So, and I don't know what it would take to fix some of those up. I've done quite a bit of that, but I don't know that you could make any money, if you sell it for 300, ask 350 after you spend that much time and money on it. Why do that when you go buy a brand new one? It just doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know. Now, this little town we're going to called Lusk, if I lose you, which I might between here and there, I'll see if I can do a live in our little town there. It's a really cool place. I really like it. The population of that town is only 1,500, and the county, I think, is 2,500. So I think it's the least populated state and the least populated county in the United States. That's what I understand. So, but it's a neat place. I was going somewhere with that. Yeah, Lusk is cool. I love the people there. People there are just, all the people there. I've said this before. I think I can count the number of people on one hand that I probably wouldn't like to hang around, or they're just not my cup of tea. But they're all okay. Some, you'll get some a-holes once in a while, but not very often. Most people there are really great. It's really nice. You go to the grocery store, and it ends up being a BS session with somebody you hadn't seen for a week or two. And people there are awesome. They really are. I think most of these small towns, my neighbors I have here, we live on a little 6-acre piece here. My neighbors are all 6-acre pieces around there, but every one of them, I'd trust them with my life. They're just great people. And I think you find that in Wyoming and probably a lot of these smaller communities. So now I bumped her up to 82. Traffic is horrible. I got one car in front of me. Oh, I see two coming at me on the other side. We spent 3 months in Oregon on the coast. And on the coast of Oregon, it's beautiful, and they get a lot of travelers going through there on vacation and stuff. And my gosh, do you have to watch yourself? There's wrecks every single day. And so to come back to this, man, there's nothing better than this to me. I can guarantee you, if I had a flat tire, someone would stop and ask if they could help. Now here we got this little sagebrush all out into this area where you can see before it was this kind of rolling hills plain with the grass, where the ranchers probably took out a lot of that grass years ago, or the sage years ago. Now, this is the kind of stuff you'll find in Wyoming. Now see, if you look over here, you don't, oops, I stepped on my side of the road. Over here you don't see any sage. And look over here. So that's what the other side used to look like. Sure. See, a lot of this area they call it the walk-in area. And I don't know this particular area right here. You'll see a sign on the barbed wire fence there, and that means as long as you have a license, you can hop the fence or probably go in a designated parking area, and you can go out there and see antelope. You have an antelope tag. You can go out there and hunt it. You can't bring a vehicle, carry the animal out. But antelope are pretty small. You can use one of those carriers. They have the big wheels on them, and those work pretty good. I've done that before in some of these walk-in areas. Oh man, I'd love to have a cookout. Been a long time. I haven't been camping in years. I haven't been camping. I think my son and I went camping once since I've lived in Wyoming. When I lived in California, we used to camp probably 2 weekends out of summer each weekend, or each month. So now we're getting into the flatter part. But as you can see, it's not really flat. There's still rolling plains. I got a car behind me, so I guess I better go. You know, I'm doing 82 miles an hour, and they push you. There's always somebody that wants to go faster. Yeah, he's got a Wyoming plate, so. I don't know if this is illegal in California to do this or not. For California, in Wyoming to do this or not. Film as you're driving. Well, this guy's from Casper here. So we still have the Bighorn Mountains here. I've been driving for, let's see, 44 minutes. And we still have the mountain range right there. Elevation here is probably about 3,500, 4,000 feet. So I'm saying that's another at least 2,000 feet up on the top of that. It's funny in Wyoming here, it's so small that on the license plate, if you see like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, if it has a 1 before your license plate number, that designates an area that has the highest population. You know, like it might be Casper, it might be Cheyenne, it might be Gillette, you know, we're number 3. Ooh, jalapeno popper steak. Hello, Shannon, how are you doing? Are you going camping too? Yeah, I'm going to try to go live next week after my elk premiere. I'm great. And I got a gift card to give away and a few other things. Ugly Dog Lures sent me those lures a while back. I never did get to give those away, so I'm going to do that on Tuesday. So it'll probably be around, I don't know, after my premiere, which will probably be 5:30. It's a long one this time. It's like 20 minutes. I was going to make 2 out of it, and then I decided, what the heck. Yeah, I know they won't change it. I don't know when they did that. Maybe when they made the license plates on the size of the communities. Yeah, like Lusk is 14 where I'm headed to. Whoa. Watch the road, Steve. So if you know Chris Ledoux, he died quite a few years back. He was a country western singer. Had some great music. And this little town we're going to be coming up on, Casey, Wyoming, is where he was from. Now, Casey, I'm not exactly sure of the population there, but I'm going to say it's less than 1,000 people. But I'm sure if you country singers or country listeners out there, sometimes the singers will talk about him. Okay, we got a lot of sage here now. Yeah, I love his music too. It's such a sad thing that happened. Sometimes you'll see mule deer down in this sage too, but only usually when you get a lot of snow up in the hills. Push them out of there, come down here for their food. There's some prairie dogs. Boy, you can see they graze that really bad. Oh, there's a bump. Yeah, not a lot to look at out here. Like I said, I just did this. KC is 267. Well, I said less than 1,000, so I guess I was kind of right anyway. Yeah, I don't think these phones and GoPros and stuff do justice of how beautiful the country is when you drive by it like this. I'd imagine what people from New York or areas like that think when they come out to Wyoming and you go for 50 miles without seeing another house and there's nothing here probably until KC now. This is Interstate 25. Yeah, definitely wide open spaces. You know, they say Big Sky, Montana. You know, that's their claim to fame, I guess. There's a guy from Minnesota right there. Hey, he must be a hunter. He's got camel on. But Wyoming has big skies too. Say we're supposed to get a half inch of rain at home. Cheyenne or in Sheridan tonight, tomorrow. So it'll be nice to have, water the lawn. One thing we do have out here are cattle. I know Texas has a lot of cattle. I guess Wyoming's got to be right there up with them. I know there's more cattle in Wyoming than there are people. When we moved here 18 years ago, the population was less than 500,000, and I think now it's just about 600,000. So as far as percentage-wise, that's a lot. Oh, your sister lives there. Ah, cool. She like it? Yeah, definitely a lot different than Oregon. Oh, I didn't know that. In the Kmart building. Yeah, Kmart. We used to have a Kmart and they closed it down too. I think it's some kind of a manufacturing company now. Yeah, Winchester or Weatherby Firearms now is in Sheridan, Wyoming, which that's pretty cool. I'd like to see more gun manufacturers come here. So on one side, you can't see it now, we have wide open plains and the Bighorn Mountains. On this side, we have wide open plains and just rolling foothills. And it goes like that forever. And not all of Wyoming looks like this, but a good majority of it does. There's a lot of wide open places. Well, doing this live, I didn't have anybody to talk to before, and I'm imagine if I talked to myself before for at least an hour, I'd kind of go insane. Yeah, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even attempt it. Yeah, I don't like drive freeways when it's snowing. I've been in blizzards, and sure, Randy, you have too. That's a stressful thing. You know, even just driving down a road like this, even if it's not blizzard, but snow on the road, I've had it where I hit a patch of black ice doing 75 miles an hour and end up in the bar ditch out here. That's scary. That's happened more than once. Even in four-wheel drive, you know, you just can't do anything about it. Got a bunch of sheep out there. I guess this used to be big sheep country back, I don't know, before the turn of the century. Yeah, wind and snow together. Yep, that's right. Back in this town that we went, Lusk, potatoes were a huge commodity back years ago in the 20s, I think. I guess the sandy soils was conducive to growing potatoes. We actually have a guy there that came there, I'm going to say 7-8 years ago, and planted potatoes, put a huge big shop barn up there, and he grew the potatoes for their seeds. Well, thanks for dropping in, Suburban. Sure appreciate it. Thanks for your help with all the facts. Yeah, my elk video last week was classic. Oh, and I've shot a lot of elk in that country quickly, but that was probably one of the fastest hunts. That was huffing and puffing going up over those hills. You know, that country there is probably 6,000 foot elevation that was. And we live in about 3,700, I guess. So it was kind of tough. I mean, it wasn't tough, but it made me huff and puff, as you'll see on that video. If you guys watch it, which I hope you do. Boy, Randy, I don't know how you do that, driving every day. I guess you got paid for it to be different, but man, I just don't like to drive. It just seems so unproductive. But if you got a job doing it, it's a whole different story. Like I said, I'd just rather blink my eyes and be there. Even flying, you know, by the time you drive to the airport, park your car, get out, get in line, wait, go through TSA security, and then you got to sit and wait, you know, all the people. I don't know. I guess I'm whining and complaining. But I guess it's better than driving for 2 or 3 days if you're going somewhere far. So anybody left on here going hunting? Our season isn't open for deer and antelope until tomorrow. So I'm going to stay with my brother tonight. He lives in that little town. He's been there for about 10 years. He loves it. Lusk. He's going to be my cameraman tomorrow. Which would be kind of nice. Instead of dragging a GoPro around myself, I can give him my other camera. I think it'll be a quick hunt tomorrow. I'm going to try to do some more video, drone video. Wow, Carl used to actually fly. My father flew. He had a plane for years. He took me to lunch one time, probably about a 50 mile flight by plane. He used to go to Mexico with all of his buddies. Oh, why did my phone go dark? I'm plugged in. I hope I am. Huh. Oh, North Dakota. Let's see if I can brighten the screen up. I don't know why it's doing that. Whoa. Yeah, my screen went darker for some reason. Maybe because the sun's out? Can you guys see okay? Did it go darker on you too? Huh. See just fine, okay. Okay, well thanks guys. You know, his phone's getting kind of warm. I wonder if that's what it is. Trying to cool itself off. Put it here in front of the vent. It'll cool it down some. Man, I'm driving like a sailor. And let's see, 64 degrees outside. I'll turn the air on for a minute. Like I say, this is a new i14 or 14 camera. I just got it last week, so I don't know what its capabilities are. You start your live, you have to turn your phone on first. Oh, thanks for that great advice, Randy. Yeah, I had issues in the beginning, and I couldn't. It's like my phone kept locking up too. I tried to erase the first live that I did that lasted about 15 seconds, and then I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't get on it, off it. Anyway, for those of you guys that have been here since that, let me see. Yeah, hopefully it's cooling down. Yeah. Hey, welcome in, Goose. I'm going to give some Ugly Dog lures away this coming Tuesday. I'll probably go live around 5:30 Mountain Time, which will be 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central. You guys can see way out there. So there's a mountain range. I'm not sure what the name of that one is. Anyway, Ugly Dog Lure Charlie gave me some for my live that I had when I hit my 500 subscribers. He gave me 5 really nice lures and some stickers. Lost you guys again. Okay, here's Casey, Wyoming. I'm glad I have service. Goes from over there to over there. If I can. Like I say, there's not a whole lot to it. I don't know if that helps at all. You can see a little bit more. Here's a rest stop. The next one will probably be another 50 miles away or more. So this is where Chris Ledoux's from. If someone's new in here, there's only 4 of you, so you probably heard us talk about that already. There's a nice little set of mountains right here, a little ridge. I bet there's deer up in there. I like to hunt that stuff right there. KC, Wyoming. 267 population, so they say. My phone must have cooled off. It brightened up again. A little gas station. You know, I've never even actually gone down to see the little community of KC. It's like every time I'm coming by here, I'm on my way to something. Hey, Conroy Wade Fishing. How are you, bud? I think I was like Conroy's World of Fishing. I'm on my way antelope hunting. So we're in KC, Wyoming right now. Now from here on to Casper. Now Casper, it says 66 miles to Casper, so about another hour drive. So it's I left 66 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. This is a fun hunt. Have none of you ever been antelope hunting? Oh, it's been raining here. It's probably one of the easiest hunts that you could do. The only thing is you have to learn how to shoot, you know, at least 200 yards. You're not going to get, I mean, think about it. There's antelope out in the middle of that pasture there. And he's out there 300 yards. He's going to see you. And even if you try to belly crawl to him, then you're going to get stickers in your knees and stuff. So, you know, if you can shoot 300 yards, 400, 500 is even better. But I'm going to shoot I bought a 6.5 Creedmoor rifle last spring. I didn't have one, so I got one. Man, is it fun to shoot. Gosh, it is so accurate. I can shoot an inch pattern at 200 yards. And this is just with some reloads that I did myself. I shot some out of the box and I could do pretty good. I could shoot under an inch at 100 yards. But out to 200 yards, it would open up to about, I don't know, 2.5, maybe 3 inches, which to me is not really good. Because then you go to 300 yards and you're going to be shooting, you know, 6 or 8 inches. So I never did get to that 300 yard. I didn't have enough time. I think I went through, just to get the load that I have now. I don't know if any of you guys out there are loaders or have been reloaders. Not freeloaders, reloaders. It takes a lot. So I finally found a burger bullet that works real good, 140 grain. I'm shooting at 2,700 feet per minute. The ones you get that I bought, according to the chronograph that I got, they only shot about 2,550. So get a little more energy with it, you know, at that 2,700. And after 2,700 feet per second, I kind of lost accuracy. Even though the velocity was up, I lost the accuracy. So I kept it right about 2,700. But anyway, I went through about 100 rounds to get to that. So the gun's well broken in. It's got a turret on the top where I can adjust for yardage. That works pretty well. It's a loophole scope. So now from here to Casper, which is another 60 miles or so, this is all you're going to see. It's just rolling hills. Yeah, they are, aren't they, Ray? Oh, ammo's expensive. Yeah, you know, it's funny you say that. Um, I'm trying to read this. Yeah, there's a lot of good antelope in Wyoming. So these just the bullets, not a round, not ammo, just the bullets of these burger bullets. To get 100 of them, I searched the whole United States for a month before I got on a waiting list. It was $85 for 100 rounds. That included shipping. You know, I think it was $10 or $15 of shipping. You can buy something like an AMAX bullet for about $40. They used to be about $30 4 or 5 years ago. Powder, good luck finding powder. I'm using Hogden H4350 with this gun, and it works really well. I tried some IMR 4350. I didn't really like the way it shot. But I found some powder and I stocked up on it, so now we got about, I don't know, 25, 30 pounds of different powder that I use for different rifles. So I'm pretty happy with that. And then I found another 100 rounds of those bullets. There's a guy, I think, is it Ron's Bullets? He's out of Tennessee. Great guy. I ended up visiting with him on the phone. I thought it was kind of a fly-by-night internet thing, you know, because he had the bullets and nobody else had them, but he had them in boxes of 12, which is kind of nice if you just want 12 of them to try around and see if you're going to leave and shoot them. But so I bought 8 boxes from him, and he actually had a full box of 100 rounds, and he threw an extra 4 rounds in for me, which not that big a deal, but it was pretty nice. So I believe it's Ron's Bullets at Knoxville, I believe he was. Somewhere in Tennessee, I don't remember. So I'm cruising along at 82 miles an hour. Supposed to get some pretty good rain tomorrow. Supposed to get like a 1/4 of an inch of rain in the morning. Which that's nice, because these roads are just so dusty down here. That's one thing my wife said when we moved. We had about a 1.5 2 mile dirt road, gravel road to drive down there every single day, and she likes her car clean and that kind of stuff. And she says, next time we move, we're not going to live on a gravel road or a dirt road of any kind. So I got the marching orders when we left. When we left the ranch there. I love to shoot. One thing I do miss is at the ranch I had a shooting shed, and I could shoot out to 800 yards right there at the house. So I could go in and load a dozen, and then if I didn't like it, I could change it, walk right back out, and, you know, right in front of the house, and do it. Now I have to drive 25 minutes to the gun range, so you know now you have to kind of waste the bullets because you know you load at a certain seating depth. If that doesn't work, you got to try a different seating depth, or try a different amount of powder, or a different brand of powder, or, you know. So that's why it takes 100 rounds. Before I could do it a lot quicker than that. But I still like to shoot. It's still a lot of fun, so don't get me wrong. I had to switch hands after an hour. My arm was getting tired of holding this phone up. So we got a different looking country here. Got a rolling plain. Not much sage. It's been tore out. Not much out in this country. So you see a lot of these old farmsteads and homesteads out here from years ago. Well, there's one up on top of that hill. A guy like that's probably got a huge big ranch there, and that's why they live out here in the middle of nothing. The ranch keeps them busy. There, a couple of his cattle out there. It's like he's plowed this up and he's gonna probably plant some wheat or something, and there's a winter wheat. You know, I haven't been looking, but I haven't seen any wildlife yet. but he's got irrigation here. So that was probably alfalfa or something he planted out there. There's another house out here, 50 miles from the closest town. I don't know, does Texas, is anybody here from Texas? I don't know who's in here anymore. I was just wondering if it's like this in Texas or any other states. Oklahoma, maybe? Well, there's still 5 of you in here. What if my wife's still on here? Maybe she's just letting it run. Horses out in that pasture, quite a few. A lot of ranchers here use horses still a lot. I use 4-wheelers, they're just easier. But if you got really big ranches like these, I think the horses are better. Mine wasn't these tens of thousands of acres. I know, not too exciting just driving down the road, is it? Sun's coming out. Doodle Bob, what's happening, bud? Just driving down the road, trying to loosen my load. 7 women on my mind. Do they want to stone me? One they want to know. You guys know the music. I'll turn back around. You don't have to look at me. One said she's a friend of mine. Three miles to the coast is a gas station. Great, I wish I was where you were. I don't know. I was telling these guys earlier, I don't like to drive, but it's an easy drive. And we're on an interstate in Wyoming, and well, I don't know, I might see big truck, maybe 3 cars in front of me, and then another couple, one truck and another car going the other direction. Nobody behind me. See my rear view mirror. That's kind of nice. Do you? Man, I'm not that kind of guy. I like to just blink and I'll be there. Kind of like what was that? I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah, fold my arms and blink and I'm there. I could do that. Well, you see some of Wyoming here anyway. Here's a homestead over there. You can see that one. Like I say, these guys are probably big ranches. Minutes to a Walmart. Yeah, when we had to go to a Walmart, Shannon, when he lived at the ranch in Lusk, where I'm headed to. We're going to Lusk, Wyoming, Doodle Bob, and it's the eastern side of Wyoming. There, Walmart, the closest one was probably Scotts Bluff, and that was probably an hour and 25 minutes. Probably an hour and a half to Casper to there. We had we had a Ace Hardware in town. We had no lumber yard. I think we had 4 bars, 6 churches. Well, that was your profession. Yeah, well, if you're getting paid for it, I think it's a whole different story. But just to sit here by yourself, man, I can see why Randy goes live when he's driving. I would too. I was going to do this last week too, but I just got my phone. I wasn't even sure how to turn the dang thing on. And I got some cattle out here. I'm sure you guys can't even see those. I left Michigan. I won't. I'd move to Jackson Hole. Yeah. Good luck buying something there, though. They say the millionaires pushed out, or the billionaires pushed out the millionaires. Cody was a nice little town. I kind of like that, but it's really windy in Cody. Good hunting in Boulder Basin. You know, down around Matitsi. That's some good hunting, elk hunting down that country. That Boulder Basin area, I think I've told you guys before, I've elk hunted there. Shot an elk and a grizzly came out, chased us away from the elk, and finally had to chase the grizzly away from the elk to get to it. One of the guys shot a real nice 6x7 elk. And when they shot it, there were 2 grizzly bears, and one of them was a grizzly bear that had 2 cubs, so they couldn't do anything. So there was a week hunt. 4 days later, they went back. There was nothing left of that elk except the horns. So the guy got the horns, and that was it. No meat. So first day I was out, I saw 6. I think it was 6. We saw one first thing in the morning, a grizzly, 40 yards away. Oh, that's nice if you got acreage to hunt. Must be private property then, I guess, huh, Bob? Oh, well, you're kind of like the same, Shannon. What the heck is this guy doing? Holy crap. Did you guys see him? I've never seen that before. I don't know what it's, some kind of motorized scooter? So what do you hunt there, elk mostly or deer? That guy was on a scooter. Unless it was gas, I don't know. My gosh. Heck, I've never seen that before. That's 2 things I had never seen before today. Dang. So Bob, are you gonna go hunt there this year? That still baffles me. If that guy runs out of juice, he's going to be walking or hitchhiking. You don't get too many hitchhikers out in this country. You'll see them sometimes in the interstate exchanges, but that's very few and far in between too. Yeah, but those grizzly bears, my gosh. We had one walking through camp on the first night. Saw a bunch of elk one day. I don't know, probably a half a dozen. Oh, you don't hunt there anymore, Bob, huh? Yeah, that's just it. You know, that's the thing at the ranch, you know, after, you know, you drive in a mile and a half on your dirt road, you know, you don't see or hear anything. You know, what we have now, we live on a corner, and there's small subdivisions out there, but they're 2 or 3 acres, but now they're building new homes out there in the subdivision. Yeah, there's big trucks, dusty dirt road right next to us, and we just get blasted with dirt, you know. Another thing, too, is people have dogs, and the dogs bark all day. Somebody, you know, we have a lot of people that walk around there, either barking or they're, you know, dust blowing you out. You know, we shot an elk last week, and you know, that's a really good tasting elk. Probably one of the top 2 or 3 elk I've ever shot, and it was a big rutting bull too. but it was really good. Anyway, I don't know how many pounds of meat we got. I know we got, cut a lot of steaks out of it, but we also got 75 pounds of burger. And that's a lot for my wife and I to eat in a year's time. But I like the elk hunt so much, so I'll probably give some away to the neighbors. Hey, John, how you doing, bud? No palm trees out in this country. Do you see any out there? I don't know, with that hurricane, maybe a few blew through. I don't know. I guess you're doing okay, bud, huh? Didn't lose too much? It's nice to sound like you had some neighbors that helped you clean up. That's always nice. So I've still got an hour and a half before I get to my destination. No, I'm not hunting this year due to my doctor's quarantining me through throat. Oh, that's too bad. If I see it, John, I'll be sure to pick it up and throw it in the back. Man, that was a nasty storm, I'll tell you what. I guess the Carolinas are getting hit pretty good now. I got a buddy who lives out in one of those islands in the Carolinas, and he said yesterday they had about 50-mile-an-hour winds and a bunch of rain, but I don't think he's close to the real bad part of the storm. Oh, no kidding. Congratulations. $1,000, man. That's awesome. How much did you have to spend to get $1,000 though? Hey, if you guys haven't hit that thumbs up button, do that for me, would you? $5 scratcher. Wow. So, John, with all that water, I heard Okeechobee just got flooded with water. So, the donkey land, how long is it going to be before you can go out and fish again? That's got to change the whole contour of the bottom, I would guess. That wind blowing all the leaves away and stuff. Oh, you did? I haven't seen that yet. Oh, I've been driving for the last couple hours. So when are you going to go fishing again, or when can you go fishing? I get those scratch-offs, and if I get $10 worth of scratch-offs, I might win $2. Then I'll get another $2 or $10 and lose and win nothing. And I don't know. I'm not very good at it. I'm not very good at picking them. I was going to give some of those away as a kind of a prize, giveaway. But then I was thinking, well, I don't know how you would turn them in. Hey, Cody, what's happening, bud? Glad you stopped by. I'm still an hour and a half or 2 hours away from my destination. Water's about gone. Wow. I don't think I could have held this phone and driven on any other freeway except this one in Wyoming, because I keep going from lane to lane and there's nobody ever behind me, so I just got to make sure I stay on the pavement, not in the grass. More hunters. I've never hunted in any of this country here. I know they got some walking areas you can go and just hop a fence and hunt for deer or antelope, but you got to drag them out by hand if you get them. Or a cart. You can do a cart. Yeah, we've got those too. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get one of those speed goats, Cody. I don't know how good it'll be. I'll be lucky if I find one. But I don't know, I was there last week and there were quite a few of them around. I didn't bring my long-range gun this time, and I probably just should have thrown it in here just in case. Last year they were really spooky on opening day. I don't understand what that was all about. But I'll have to make probably a minimum of 300-yard shot, and I'm going to shoot my 6.5 Creedmoor. I shot a 12-inch plate at 300 yards the other day, so I figure if I can hit maybe it was an 8-inch plate. I don't know. Like I was saying earlier on here, I loaded some bullets up for it. Got one that I think is pretty good bullet, 140 grain. So I think 300, 400 yards maybe max. I'm shooting about 2,700 feet per second. That ought to kill an antelope at 400 yards. That's what I'm hoping for. It's not like John where I can shoot a wild boar 15 yards from the house. Thank you. I'll enjoy my day. Appreciate it. See you, Shannon. Well, this is making time go by fast. Glad you guys dropped in. That's a long shot. Poachers? I don't know. I don't think so, Bob. Well, you ruined the meat with a 12 gauge, John. I'm sure they do have poachers. I know behind the house one year, the game warden came up and talked to me about some guy that poached a big elk behind the house there. And we had a suspicion of who it was. There's a young kid around there. But they never, as far as I know, they never caught the guy that poached that elk. But I don't know. It's funny here. You talk to you shoot the snout? You're that good a shot with a shotgun? I guess so. I guess you could shoot a slug too, huh? Hit him in the head. I used to hunt those boars a lot. Man, they're a tough booger. A lot of the old ranchers I talked to up here in Wyoming years ago. Now you're talking 40, 50 years ago, when there's more antelope than cattle out there. They drank a lot, just like we all did back in our kid days. They'd chase the antelope with their pickups, run them down with their trucks, which is kind of gross, but that's how many animals there used to be. A lot of these guys out here back in the old days. Huh. Yeah, nothing worse than a poacher, a trespasser, anything like that. I hated trespassers on my property, and we'd get a lot of them too. I got shot at one time. Guy was on the highway. It's a 2-lane highway, 70-mile-an-hour highway. I'm out with the cattle along the side of a road, and it's probably a quarter mile to the highway where I was. And some gal gets out of the car, and there was antelope on the other side between me and her. And she starts unloading on this antelope. And I could hear the bullets whizzing by me. The cattle took off running because they didn't know what the heck it was. And I ducked down to the bar ditch, and I was on my four-wheeler. And when she quit shooting, she never did hit anything. When she quit shooting, I got on that four-wheeler and tried to chase her down. She went down a country road. I think she knew I was after her. Her and somebody else. Man, I was pissed off. I mean, they could have killed me. One of my cows. That's scary. Didn't have permission to hunt there. But we used to have our access was right off that highway, and I had people come down, and I kept the road good. Yeah, Jumbotron, it was crazy. Jeez, And they come down my road 60 miles an hour. And I had auto gates there. I had a guy in a BMW one time. I know he's doing 70 miles an hour down my gravel road. There was an auto gate, cattle guard, and then a little high spot, and it went down, hit another cattle guard, and it went straight. Guy in this BMW hit that. Literally, I was on the porch with my wife having coffee in the morning. Expert road hunter. There's a lot of those around, John. Anyway, this guy bottomed out. He never slowed down. He just kept going 70 miles an hour. There's no way I could catch him. Yeah, that's just it. You got to educate them. Wow, 60,000 acres. Is that in Florida, John? Must be, huh? There's a lot of good game in Florida. I never realized that until I actually started this YouTube thing. I think of Florida is very populated. You know, someone was saying, I think I heard on the news last night, that back in 1940 there was 10,000 homes in Florida, and now there's 10 million. The mountains of Virginia. Oh yeah. I mean, that's just crazy. Probably owns the bootleggers too, huh? John, is the wind gone and all the rain and stuff from where you are? Yeah, I guess it's up in the Carolinas now, isn't it? Georgia. I don't know whether you guys can see this, but everybody thinks Wyoming's really flat. It's really not flat. There's not a lot of flat. You know, there's a lot of rolling hills. Great places for deer and antelope to hide out. Oh, that's nice, John. Yeah, we are 62 degrees. It was 85 yesterday. There's someone from Colorado driving under the speed limit. Wow. Good for you, bud. He's older than I am. Maybe that's why. He's driving like an old geezer. My dad died at 92 years old. That's not too bad. Probably human, too. And he drove like a 30-year-old. He always had the pedal to the metal. He was always that way. Scary. You know, it used to be not too many years ago, maybe 10 years ago, you couldn't drive down this road and have any cell service. You just start getting towers in here. Let me see, there's one right over on that hill. There's some back over there. It's really nice. So I don't know where we are. We're probably 45 miles, 50 miles from Casper right now. I got my full-size truck here, and I'm getting 19.3 miles to the gallon. Not bad for a V8. Wow, that's nice. Oh, couldn't read the rest of that. Still country there. 1979? That's crazy. I know they didn't get telephone to that town in Lusk there. My neighbor didn't have it until like 78 or something. They had party lines until then, until recently too. I don't know if any of you guys remember party lines. Yeah, one nice thing about this area in Lusk there, you know, once you're a rancher and stuff, and everybody knows each other. It's really good, easy to get a place to hunt. Oh, huh. That's crazy, John. You lived there a long time then, I guess. You know, I haven't been looking, but I haven't seen one antelope the whole way over here. If it's windy at all outside, those antelope, they'll hunker down behind the leeward side. Yeehaw Junction, huh? Do they still call it that? All right, see you, Bob. Rest stop. Oh, they were working on all this. This brand new highway right here. Nice and smooth. I drove this whole way 3.5 hours last week. Never saw a highway patrolman the whole way. I see there's a car right there, and he's probably out scouting for antelope. It opens up tomorrow. All right, there's Casper Mountain right there. Hey, Mr. Burrito Tacos. Where are they from? 406. That must be Billings. Yeah, that's Casper Mountain. There's elk on that mountain. I've never hunted there. I think it gets a lot of pressure from Casper. Man, I hear some weird noises. What is this new highway? It's gonna start getting crowded up here. Yeah, John. Yeah, it's friendly. I'm thinking it's windy out. Oh yeah, it is. I can see the bushes moving. Casper is definitely one of the windiest areas around. A lot of people going home. Where's that guy from? California. Man, he's got a long way to go. I wouldn't want to live on the edges of Florida this weekend, or this week. Yeah, we were going to head down to the Keys again this winter, but I don't know if I'm going to do it now. I guess it all depends on how bad things are. But hopefully by then they'll have things pretty well cleaned up. Yeah, those Florida deer are little. I don't know what those are. Are those blacktail? Kind of like those California deer. Those are blacktail. They're pretty small deer. You got a lot of mule deer hanging around the house. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that. Yeah, but you can't eat the antlers, right? Doesn't matter how big they are. There's a lot of sagebrush here. Man, that wind is howling out here. Another bad place is like Rawlins. That's in the western southern. Boone and Crockett skeeters. Alaska. Yeah, one thing we don't have out here are too many mosquitoes. I mean, there are some in the summertime, but not much. A lot of other different critters, though. Different bugs. We got this weird beetle out here. If you put like a piece of dead animal, or if you leave a carcass or something out, there'll be this beetle that's about an inch long, maybe a little longer than that, and it's red on the top outside, and they'll just be thick underneath that disgusting looking beetle. I'm just wondering if that's the kind they use to eat all the meat off a skull. Maybe I should collect them sometime and try it. It's one thing I've never done with an antelope is done a European mount. Yeah, I'll bet so, John. Yeah, we have grizzly bears and you've got gators. I think I would rather live with the gators. The grizzly bears, they're scary to me. They run so darn fast. And you can't run up a tree. You can't hide behind a tree. Hey, JJ, what's happening? Thanks for stopping in. On my way to hunting. That's Casper Mountain in front of us. I've been driving for an hour and a half, it looks like. Be going through Casper any minute now. Still haven't run into too much traffic. Yeah, them grizzlies, they're just nasty. I don't care what it is, they're nasty. I was hunting, I don't know if I told this story before, but I was hunting up in that area around Cody a few years back, and the game warden stopped in, biologists into our tent and asked if we'd seen any grizzlies and that kind of stuff. No, I think if you provoke a gator, get close to them, they're going to get you, right? Anyways, I said, well, when is it time, if they charge you, or if they're there, you end up shooting one, I mean, you'll get fined heavily if you shoot a grizzly bear. He says, unless you have claw marks on you, or bite marks, and you shoot a grizzly, otherwise you're going to go to jail. I'm like, holy crap. That's just kind of stupid. I'd take my chances, I think. Yeah, you poke a grizzly, poke a bear. Yeah, wouldn't do that either to a grizzly. Yeah, you're right. Makes you wonder if they have trackers on them on those grizzlies, though. So I've been driving this whole time so I can read the chat and holding this phone. I've been driving with my reading glasses on the whole time. Only like 1.5 power, but I'm surprised that I can actually see the road. So I only have to drop my glasses down to below my nose in order to see where I'm going when I go through town here. Kind of like this. Yeah, I wanted to put this. I had this. I thought I could stick it in this thing, and that we put right here, but I can't go sideways with this. The rotation lock is on. I can't get it off. So somehow it does it on everything else, but I can't do it on the live. I know we've done it on my live before, but that was with my other phone, so I'm all confused. I don't know what the heck to do. I think when I get to my brother's house, some downtime. Uh-oh, got a cop here. Well, it has lights on, but they're not flashing. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. I'm still doing the speed limit, so it's not me. So anyway, this is called like Evansville. It's kind of a suburb of... What'd you say there, John? Oh, you have to start it horizontal. Oh, really? Ah, okay. Well, I'll try that next time. Anyway, this place here, it's a small community. New homes and stuff. Not sure what the population of Casper is. I'm going to say 100,000. I'll see if I can see it on a sign up here. But that actually over there is the majority of Casper. It actually goes from there, and it goes east of here. It's pretty big. It's got a lot of good restaurants. Got an airport. Sheridan has an airport. There's another cop. 2 of them. That guy did something bad. Oh, he's a hunter. He's out hunting, and it's not hunting season. It doesn't start till tomorrow. So they got the game warden out there. You're going to get a ticket. Yeah, you get a lot of dumbasses like that. I don't get those guys. Read it, you know, read the rules and regulations. I can tell you, it's probably not from Wyoming. Game wardens frown on that a lot around here. So I'm going to do my first live after my premiere next week on Tuesday at 5, probably around 5:30. So hope you guys can make it. And I'm going to give away a $25 Cabela gift card. I got some lures, some Ugly Dog lures. Charlie, I didn't give away on my 500 mark. So hopefully you guys can come in, join that with me. I'll probably have it open so someone can come up and visit too. Oh, really? 5,000, huh? I didn't think Okeechobee was a snowbird area. I thought the snowbirds mostly went to the coasts. I know Okeechobee's in there a ways. Now we're going to go to 60 miles an hour. I tell you what, John, when I come down there, I'm going to look you up and hire you to take me out crappie fishing or bass fishing for a day. If I make it down there this year. I don't know, with the hurricane, I'm kind of worried about headed down there away and trying to get someplace to stay. Just, I don't know what the situation is. There we have downtown Cat. So you guys always want to visit? Well, you're visiting right now. It's an okay little town. Although I like just to go bass fishing with you, John, to watch Lindy Beach bass fishing. That's always fun. What do you want me to bring you, some goat meat or something, or what? Sorry, this is shaky. I'm trying to hold this as we're going down this bumpy road. Yeah, right, John. At the tail at the end of the day. Okay, Lindy, how many did you get? 12. How many did you get, John? 7. She wouldn't lie. Well, there's only 2 of you in here. I think I'm going to end this live. I've got to use the restroom up here. Thanks, y'all, for stopping in. Sure appreciate it. I'll do one next year, or next week, I mean. I got to change here. So thanks. Appreciate it. Talk to you guys soon, okay? Goodbye. Bye, hun.